of all, I would like to talk about the export and import functions. You can export, import records or reports from the existing records that you have made previously. And you can also print the reports manually after the test, or you can set the auto printing, which I will talk about a bit later. So I have already opened the demo record. You can export it to your hard drive or any other drives by opening this Patients menu, and you can find Export Record here. You just have to select any destination for it and then save. You can export also from the patient database, and you can also import from the patient database, but I will show it to you later. It's the same with importing. You can reach from the same menu and just select import, and then you can find any other records from your computer. As my colleague mentioned, these are the printing functions. The first one is actually the print report. If you open this menu, you can see that there are a lot of available different sheets, like summary or marked samples, AGR maximum. All of the sheets can be previewed by these radio buttons here. Like I have now opened the AGR maximum sheet, but I can also open the summary again, but every other sheet can be opened as well. You can see the name of the sheets, how many pages it contains, and you can also make copies if you want. But if you do not want to print some sheets, then you just have to untick these marks before the sheets you do not want to print. Like, okay, stage event samples contains 6 pages, it's too much, I want to disable it. There are some settings that you can configure for the printing. You can do it with the settings button. As you can see, a lot of options available here, like you can increase the amplitude or the paper speed on the printing, or you can choose color mode instead of black and white. You can also select a channel that can be additionally printed on each page that contains an ECG line. This printing settings is common for the rest and stress system. You can also type that who has requested or performed or signed this test. I would like to talk about the export report, which is the third function. It's basically the same as the printing function, but instead of a printer, you can choose a file format that you want to use for exporting these reports, like PDF, and then click on Save. I will choose the desktop and save. It will take some time to generate this PDF. So this is the PDF that I just generated from the export function. The second function is the print current sample. If you move the test, the phase that displayed in this menu is now the current sample. You can mark samples during the test or even after the test. Like, okay, let's say I want to print this section of the test, and you just have to push the space button on your keyboard. Sample name you can just type in manually, or you can select from the presets, like, okay, this was nasty depression, and say OK. If you go to the print or export reports, you can see the marked samples in a different sheet. I have just added a new sample, which you can find now at the bottom of this sheet. Okay, and the last function is auto printing. It can be set to print on your printer, or you can also print to a PDF automatically, or even to other formats. To set the auto printing correctly, you have to open the settings menu and then open the control panel, and at the bottom of the control panel you can find automatic printing, and here you can select the method you want to use for auto printing, like printing with the selected printer, or into PDF, or to image files, and you can also upload it automatically to DICOM. And in this pre-selected printing interval submenu, you can set how frequently you want to print automatically.